Hey, Carl Elwine here. I got a treat for you. It's a dyno session. This is engine number 93. It's a 395 cubic inch. It's a low compression turbo motor. It's got Weisco pistons, minus 32. It's got some real thick rings there, the 5/16. Callie's Compstar rods, a Tony Mammo camshaft, EFI connection timing set and reluctor, Johnson hydraulic link bar lifters, multi-layer steel head gaskets, some refurbished trick flow heads. This is a video that I made about a month ago when I was putting this all together. It's ARP head studs, and I'm torquing it to 80 foot-pounds right there. Final pass. That low compression motor kind of sounds like a boat, doesn't it? So this is Jim Morgan, and he's doing the dyno all by himself. I am not allowed to be there. We're maintaining social distance, so he did the videotaping and the dyno sessions. He did about 6 pulls, and this is the video of the 6th. That's Jim right there, Jim Morgan of Pro Stock fame. He's a real good engine builder and a race car builder and race car driver. All right, sit back and enjoy. All right, there we have it. 475 horsepower, 5,700 RPM, 471.5 foot-pounds of torque. All right, returned home from the dyno session. I'll spend a little bit of time right now saying what the purpose of a dyno session is, at least my sessions, and it is to seat the rings. There really is no tuning because I'm using a carburetor manifold. That makes it quick and easy. Basically, seating the rings. So now I'm just gonna look the motor over, and I'll take you along with me while I look it over. All right, looking for leaks. Nice and dry at the front seal there and the timing cover, the oil pan. A lot of times some of the welds have seeps, but there's not a drop. Remain seal. That looks good. Not a drop. Sometimes that cam plug has a little seep, but that's looking nice and dry. Okay, over here there were gasket leaks during the dyno. I even actually saw on the one video a puff right when they cracked the throttle. Unfortunate. It's hard to get a good gasket, a good header seal. A lot of times you try to use high temperature red RTV, but there's not enough time for it to set up. Looking for more oil leaks. The front seal, again, the crank seal is nice and dry. And the other side, slight header gasket leaks. nothing too bad. Valve covers aren't leaking. And a lot of times the valve cover will leak, the gasket. And there's a nice broad view. Okay, gonna roll her in to the shop. What I'm going to do is take the oil pan down, drain the oil, of course, cut the oil filter open, look for dirt, look for metal specks, look for RTV. Basically, during the dyno session, I use non-detergent 30 weight, straight 30 weight oil. After the ring seating session, this dyno session, the customer is able to, when he receives the motor, he can go right straight to synthetic oil right away. The rings are already seated. Going out to the truck and getting the rest of the stuff like the other headers and my container of 93 octane pump gas, the leftover NAPA oil, all right, draining the oil. The oil's looking nice and clean, no water. Of course, when you see water or, a milky, that means there's a crack in the block or there's a head gasket leak. That's a magnetic drain plug there, and it doesn't have much on it. It does have a little bit of metal fuzz on there. When you see that, that'll be from either steel oil pans or leftover dirt and gunk from the block and the machining work. Try to have as clean an engine as possible. Okay, here, cutting open the oil filter. Oil filter right now looks nice and clean. Emptying out the residual oil in the bottom of that. Okay, looking in the pleats and I'm not seeing anything. Okay, I do see what looks like paper fuzz right there. Not a piece of metal, not sharp or anything like that. One more spot right there. I touch it and it kind of smushes, it disappears. That means it's a paper towel remnant. Taking the headers off, then we're going to set it down and take the intake manifold off, we can have a good look in the intake valley and look at the oil there, see if there's any water. Had to take the steam line off there. Also blowing with air the debris that might be in the valley. Okay, manifold's off. How's she look? I would say that's better than usual. Right up in the top, you see two little flecks. That kind of looks like aluminum. So it's almost perfect. And then here's the oil pan. Nothing in there at all. Not even moly lube. Now right up here there's like a RTV, so there was a little something there. I've been trying to stay away from moly lube because that doesn't help the rings seat very good. I actually heard that tip on Scott Clark's podcast, and he was talking to Lake Speed all about oil. All right, let's wrap it up here. This is ERE-395, number 93 for a twin turbo F body, and this is Carl Elwine Engines. Take care.